Bring this over. We don't need that. Right, let's refresh the chat. Okay. First, we sort out that up. We need notes. Got a notepad already. Oh, what I should do. The banks, cut those. Okay. We are going to learn how to somewhat speedrun this game. The goal for the Super 16 is to get the Master Sword. So we'll see how that goes. I have beaten this game a couple of times. I'm never in a speedrun type of way, I guess. I just casually, I always like to go 100% for fun, take my time. I'm not here to take my time. I'm here to learn quick, learn the path. I generally know where most of the stuff is anyway. And I have done 2 or 3 full playthroughs of this on my YouTube channel already, so if all else fails. I'm pretty sure that this is a pretty easy goal. But I'm sure there's gonna be some tough areas. Alright, so what we need to do before we go anywhere is I need the goal. Splits for Metroid Zelda. Oh, I do have some notes. Get sword. If we go writing down, yep, palace. That's fine. I just need to know goal list. Pressing start on title screen. Holding Link Master System. So I guess what people are doing when they do this, because the time starts when you press start, you don't really want to spend time making your name. But we might anyway, just because we're not in speedrun mode. Yeah, we're just in learn mode. What's going on, John? Over on the YouTube. Unless you could start from here. I'll have to verify that, but it doesn't matter. So, oh, the other thing I need to do is set up my configurations for save states, or hotkeys, I should say, because for whatever reason it always appears to disappear. So that's annoying. There we go. Big Legend of Zelda fan? Yeah, same. I've beat the first one a lot of times as a kid. This one I've only beat twice. I didn't have this one growing up, but I did rent it once in the 90s, but didn't have it long enough to beat. And I never owned a copy, but I bought a copy about 2 years ago. Obviously, I've played the game on like Wii. I think I had it on the Wii Virtual Console, on the DS, 3DS. I think I had it. So I've beaten this a couple of times, and I purchased a cart for Super Nintendo and played it on hardware. So, but this one's a lot of fun. It's a long game, but luckily I don't have to beat the game for this race. I just have to play it. So that's cool. We have bank 0. We're gonna go bank 1, and we're just gonna start. This should be that save state. Okay, good. Alright, so as soon as he jumps out of the bed. Actually, you have to hit the button to get out. Throw this way. You've never played this one? Yeah, this is old school. So you like to play the 3D ones, like Twilight Sword or Breath of the Wild. That's newer one. Princess one. There's a lot of them on the DS as well, the handhelds. Lots and lots of Zeldas, but this one is pretty close to gameplay of like the NES one, but just better. The Game Boy has some good ones as well. Does not exist. Oh, that did it the other way around. Okay. We'll do 1, 2. This one's fun. It can be pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Can I not slice this? I can't slice these. All right, so what we're gonna do is the tutorial that I'm watching. Um, it's only 45 minutes up to the goal that I've done that I'm supposed to do. So you played it on an emulator but didn't run that well. Oh man, that's like recently. I emulated this back in like the 90s. As long as you have a PC and a decent emulator. Some emulators aren't great, but most of them are pretty good. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to play this game now. Pretty easy. Okay. We're gonna go to.
And I'm a Link to the Past speedrunner. This is a guide intended for people who want to
This
run
is
Link to the
Fruit
Past
Bats.
for the first time.
Here's
I'm going
a
to cover the
speedrunner.
basic route and some of the techniques you'll need to
I
learn
could
before your
speed
first
this
run,
up a
as
little
well as
bit.
some of the safety strategies I would recommend to first-timers
There's nothing
rely
too
on.
crazy
But
here.
I'm not going to talk about the more advanced tricks, the ones you'll need to practice and learn for a few hours to shave a few seconds off your run. I'm not going to have to worry about those just yet. The great thing about speedrunning Link to the Past is that the majority of the time that you save as a new runner comes from just playing the game better, not dying to bosses, losing fewer hearts in the dungeon, that kind of thing. So once you watch this video and gotten the route down, it's just a matter of going through the game, start to finish, and honing your skills. Once you start to feel more confident, you can start dropping safeties and learning more difficult tricks and that kind of thing. But for now, this is just going to be the basic route and the techniques that I would recommend you start with. You'll also notice that I'm playing on the US version of the game. Most of the speedrunners you see are going to be playing on the Japanese version. There are a few different reasons for that, but for now, for first-timers, I think the US version is a fine place to start. It's also pretty helpful to be able to read and understand the text until you know where everything is. Let's go ahead and get our first run started. If you are using the SRL or Speedruns Live timing method, it means you're going to want to start your timer at file select. So that means the moment I start up this very new file here, Fruit, the moment I hit A, is when your timer will start.
Okay, so you can create your name.
Starts right now. So for this first part here, as Zelda is chatting with you, this part takes a little bit more than 20 seconds. You're just going to want to be spamming buttons, as you can see I'm doing on the visualizer in the bottom left. You can see I'm spamming A, B, and Y. This is pretty much what I'm going to do any single time dialog boxes appear. The reason I avoid X is because X will find our uncle dead, or you come out here, use your sword to slash through these bushes. Be careful of these guards, they move randomly. They tend to be pretty easy to avoid with a little bit of practice.
Alright, so we're going to go in. We're going to go left.
Again. Up through this way.
Wrap around, go in the dungeon.
These guards can be a little bit tricky in this hallway. Just kind of avoid them. That'll take a little bit of practice. Come down here. Now this guy can be killed a number of different ways. That I just did right there is probably the easiest and fastest way to do it. But if you don't want to do that sword spin, you can also just slash him 3 times. Pick up his key.
Sword spin's fine, I can do that. Drop down.
Just avoid these guards. If you've taken any damage at this point, there is a heart under this pot. That'll help heal you up. These guards in this room are a little bit interesting. You can see I can come through right like...
Okay. All I need. So that would be like... Oops. We want to do... Alright, we'll use 0 for that. Gotta go. Hey, well, thanks for stopping in. This will be up on YouTube if you want to check it out later, or check it out. Check out the channel in about a week or 2 when I'm doing runs of this. Or not. Appreciate you stopping by either way. Oh. Alright, we're gonna save. Shift F4 when we get there. Alright, now I'm curious.
Like that, without them seeing me at all. But if I come in too low, he notices me and I've got to avoid him. So ideally what you want to do is be lined up about here. I use this spot right here as my lineup. I just kind of want to be lined up with it. And if I do that, you can squeak through without getting spotted at all. Discard again here, just 2 slashes. We'll kill him and open the door. If you want to be a little bit more clever, you could come through here with your sword already charged. Hold down the B button, come in, give him a spin. He's dead that way. This next room here, you could swipe your sword before you go in. It's another blue guard. He takes 3 slashes. Or you just poke and spin him like that. Kill him immediately. Pick up this boomerang. Grab that key.
Oh yeah, I see. Not mean to do that, but that's actually easy, you know. Something like that. I can do. That one? Nope. I feel like I don't even really need a save state up to this point. It's pretty straightforward. Oh wait, I can go up here, I forgot. Top. Around. Walk across this way. Up. Yeah, so that's a map. You just don't bother with it. Clearly, you don't need a map. Oh no, yeah, we go down, out, dialogue. Okay, we actually want. Yeah, I think we start, go to the right. Just go. Just go. Ouch. Okay, no hearts. All right, so that's a whole scene. That's a whole thing. F8. All right, that seemed pretty easy. We're gonna start from the fresh, work our way back there again. You got the sword. Zig and zag action going on. Pretty easy so far, pretty straightforward. Pretty sure it doesn't matter if you go left or right out of here. It should be the same distance. Be careful there, I guess. Oh, I meant to turn right there. That's bad. Boom. All right. Easy peasy. I don't even think I need those other saves. So we're gonna go, that's the beginning. Shift F4. I gotta write this down. Shift F4. Escape. Escape. Forward get. This is first attack. Okay. Hey, Bobby, what's going on?
Key to unlock the door, and we continue. What we're going to come up against now is basically the first mini-boss of the game. You will die to him, and you will die to him multiple times. Let's talk about how to make this fight a little bit easier. First, freeze this guard. Grab a pot here. Throw him at the ball and chain guard. Grab another pot. Throw another one at him, and he's dead. Grab that big key, and you can head through here. Grab the lamp out of this chest, and talk to Zelda. The order that you do that doesn't matter. You can talk to her first, and then grab the lamp. It doesn't really matter. Tell her you understand, and let's head out. The guard's in our way. We might have to boomerang him again.
Yep.
He isn't, so we can continue. Ball and chain guard has a few different ways that you can kill him. As you get better, you might decide to only throw one pot
Pretty
at him, and
busy
then give him
day
one more
today.
slash. Or you might decide, ultimately, to just do 8 slashes and kill him that way. But he's pretty dangerous. He will kill you. You will lose some of your early runs.
Tomorrow
So
should
that first
be
mini-boss. Do your best.
continuation of a busy
You
day.
come back pretty much the same way we come in. Ignore this guard this time. One of the hardest things to pick up in this game if you're a new runner is not wanting to kill every enemy on the screen. Just waste time. So the ones we don't have to kill, we ignore. Try to get through this hallway again. You do have the boomerang at this point. So if any guards get in your way, feel free to hit him with the boomerang. Slash him out of the way. It's fine. Go through our dialogue box there, and we continue on. Again, this part of the game is mostly just knowing the route. Come up to the left here. Push open.
And fast forward a
This spot.
little
You can't do
bit.
that until you have practice. Our buttons as quickly as possible. Once this conversation is done, we tell him that yes, we understand. We grab this heart piece here. That will give us an extra heart container for the rest of the run, and also heal us up to full health if we're taking any damage. Now we're going to head to our first.
Sure, I go this way. Yeah, it's Zelda music is top notch. Kind of forget the pathway here.
First dungeon, Eastern Palace. As you're leaving the screen here, make sure you're about right there. You want to be above this dirt path and below this grass here.
Another game with really good music that I'm going to be playing at some point is called Chrono Trigger. It has some of the best music for the Super Nintendo.
Every dungeon is mostly just try to do it as quickly and efficiently as you can.
It's a turn-based RPG though, like Final Fantasy, so it depends if that's your thing. But the music is up there. We go up that way.
Avoid getting shot or hit here. This armos, wait for it to come to life, boomerang it, and then walk through it.
Over there.
Continue following it.
Okay, so I screwed that up already. Jump this way. Wait, what? He goes this way. Oh yeah, he does that. Down. Alright, we're gonna start fresh. Cross the bridge. Here. Ooh, almost got me. Over. Up. Through the path. Ignore that guy. Over. Up. For boomerang. Oops. Down. Up. Over. Up. So this should be... Okay, so F5. This is Dungeon 1 at the beginning. Palace 1, technically. Palace 1. Get the general breakdown of
In this path, at the top of the staircase here,
area.
boomerang that blue guard. And we enter Eastern Palace. In here, walk straight up, pick up this pot, press the button, walk through the door. Press this button, walk through the door. These cannonballs in this room are random. Just pay attention and avoid them. If this is your very first run, I recommend you come around here on this walkway. We'll be able to open a chest containing 100 rupees. Those 100 rupees will be useful for buying a bottle later, make the run a little bit safer.
Okay,
If it is not your first time, just walk up these stairs through this door. If you're missing any health, pick up this pot, grab the heart, and press the button.
Not your first time.
This room, just avoid the skeletons. If any get in your way, slash at them. Now this next room is the first room where you'll be using an actual speedrun tactic, and I'll show you how to do that. On the floor are some invisible lines.
Oh yeah, this is... Okay, we gotta get to that. Okay, you don't even have to move, that's sweet. So there you do. Hold on a second.
Be useful for buying a bottle later, make the run a little bit safer. If it is not your first time, just walk up these stairs. If you're missing any health, pick up the spot, grab it.
Okay, so there, yeah, there's a little trick to learn here. I'm gonna put this on regular speed because this is
The
super.
heart, press the button, go through the door. In this room, just avoid the skeletons. If any get in your way, slash at them. Now, this next room is the first room where you'll be using an actual speedrun tactic, and I'll show you how to do that. On the floor are some invisible lines. I'm showing them to you right now. We want to avoid walking over those lines, because if we walk over them, it causes skeletons to spawn. We don't want those skeletons to spawn. So the way we do this is we walk into this door, we pick up this pot, we walk left. I like to use that little skull on the ground as a marker for me. Walk down, throw the pot to the right, walk up here, grab this pot, throw it down, and there are the 2 skeletons you clear, and the door opens. If you need even more health, you can pick up that heart as well.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, nice. That's pretty easy.
Walk through this door, ignore that treasure chest. It's hard to do at first. You'll get into the habit of avoiding treasure chest and monster drops.
Just going straight across.
Straight across this room here. We're going to pick up this pot in order to get 5 arrows.
5 arrows.
It's going to be useful for the boss of this dungeon as well as the boss of the next dungeon.
Over and down.
Dark room here. That's alright. We just follow this path, boomerang that popo, hit the button, walk through this door. We're going to go to the far right, pick up a pot here for a key. Look out for the skeletons getting in your way. If any do, just slash at them. Throw a pot at them, just like that.
Alright. Arrows. Oh yeah. So this is another room that's fancy. Let me get my notes out. Put that over here. Put it over here. Okay, so F6. F5 is palace start. 7. F6. Palace 1 skeleton room. Seven will be Palace 1. What do we call that? Boss key room. Big key room. We shift F7. Oh. Pretty sure I just do that. No, I don't do that. Okay, let's find out what we do here, because that I don't remember.
Boomerang that popo to get around it, and use the key on the door. Follow this walkway. Next room, another speedrunning tactic.
This one isn't too bad, though, this room.
This room, normally, you'll be killing these monsters. Once you kill all of them, these anti-fairies will disperse from around this pot. You pick up the pot, there's a button underneath, you press the button, chest appears here. But that's pretty slow. So what we do is we use invulnerability frames, which is what happens after you get hit. You can notice Link is flashing there for a little while. While Link is flashing, we can't take additional damage. So we use that flashing effect in order to get through the anti-fairies, pick up the pot, and press the button while they're still there. This takes a little bit of practice to do.
It's not too
bad. You should be able to pull it off. Let me show you how it looks.
Down,
get hit by this popo
pass,
here,
take
the damage, pick up the pot, press the button, and now we can get the chest.
Yep.
That,
Easy
in my
peasy.
opinion, is the easiest way to do it. I like to use this little wall here to line me up, and you can do it pretty consistently with some practice.
Yep.
There you go. Of course, if that's frustrating you and you don't want to take the time to learn it, just clear that room casually. It's fine. Ideally, you just want to get your very first run done, but that's a cool trick to learn. As we come back into this room now, pick up these two pots to pick up those arrows.
Yeah.
Avoid that skeleton.
I did forget that. I should probably go
here,
back down.
Get the bow.
Oh, we actually didn't leave this room yet.
Avoid the skeleton coming through again.
I did leave
Get
this
through
room.
this door as
Okay, I'll
quickly
come
as
back
possible,
out.
because you don't want to get hit by those floating skull heads.
All right, let's refresh this. I'll just leave. Not a big deal. I just have to remember that for... F7. F8. Okay, now we see what we do with
this room, just kill these popos, get them out of your way, switch over to the bow and
Oh,
arrows.
we do have to kill the
and
one
bow
guy.
And arrow that Cyclops. He'll drop a key, pick it up, come to the left here, and go through
We
the
get
lock.
out, close the door.
This room looks terrifying, but it's not actually that bad. These anti-fairies are going to bounce around. You're going to want to avoid them. It might panic you at first, but if
The
you
top
follow this
right or
path,
top
they'll
left?
never hit you. Watch what I do here. Come to the left, pick up this pot, get those arrows, pick up that pot, get those arrows, pick up that pot, press the button, come through the door. This room is a little bit interesting.
So we got a couple of rooms here that are a little tricky. We want to line up here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think, is when we come up, at some point we're gonna need to switch, like maybe right there. We're gonna go in. Grab and go. Gotta fix this save. Alright, I'm pretty sure. Oh no. Okay, we're good. Good there. Oh, the save is that I want to switch from here. This is where the save should be. I want this to be F8. Oh no. Oh, but we're hurting on health. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I'm pretty sure that.
There's hidden buttons behind each of these cyclopses.
Yeah, that
the
bottom one
is
is the
one you want to hit.
That I already knew.
But we can hit that button without moving the cyclopses at all, and here's how that looks. Just like that. It's a little bit scary.
That.
The cannonballs in this room are random. Just avoid them. Try not to get hit. Pick up these pots to kill the skeletons. Use the arrows to kill the cyclops. As you go into the next room, swing your sword,
that's the boss
charge it up, walk through the door.
Oh,
use
this
your
room.
Sword spin to kill these popos. These two cyclops can be a little bit interesting. You want to put 2 arrows into each of them, and if you're doing it optimally fast, you want to do it in the first time that they both wake up. I find it easiest to put 1 arrow into one, 2 arrows into the other, and then 1 arrow into the first one again. And that looks just like this. If you're fast, you'll be able to do it. This is also a great time to talk a little bit about arrow mechanics. So Link's arrows do not follow a pattern of you just hit Y as quickly as you can and they shoot. You notice Link pulls out his bow but doesn't fire an arrow as I'm spamming the Y button. That's because you can't shoot a second arrow until the first arrow hits something. In this case, it would be the far wall. So you'll notice if I hit Y, the second arrow won't be shot until the first arrow stops moving.
Classic. One arrow, one shot at a time.
How to time your arrows for certain areas like these 2 cyclopes, and most importantly, for this boss that's coming up. Let's fight our first dungeon boss.
Okay. We'll try that again. Oh. I think this is the spot you want to be. But also, before we move on, more arrows if we need them. The heart at the bottom left. The heart. So heart here, heart here. Okay, so we need to learn this. Shift F9. What's F8? Should have been Shift F10. Okay.
These Armos Knights are a little bit interesting. They'll always follow the same exact pattern, separating like this and bouncing around in a circle. If you want to kill them the casual way, just put 3 arrows into each one. After you've killed 5, the 6th one will turn red, hop around more aggressively, put 3 more arrows into that one, and then you're done.
The quick kill looks really
faster
interesting.
method, and I think an easier way to learn how to kill these knights, involves listening to an audio cue for timing and then shooting arrows in a certain pattern. So let me show you the audio cue. Listen as the boss music starts, you hear the da-na-na-na-na-da-na. Then the music starts. When that music starts is your cue to start firing arrows. So listen to the music again. And then right now is when you would start firing those arrows. So
Right after
now let me show you the position where you want to fire arrows, and then we'll do this fight. Come to up here. This knight can't hurt you before the fight starts, so line up with him. As that timing starts, shoot 5 arrows to the right, come over here,
5
and
arrows.
just keep firing down, using the rhythm of the arrows, because you know you...
Wah. That's not what you want. Gotta find that spot. I keep getting hit. Alright, let me see. Let me freeze where he does
You
it.
can't shoot another one until the previous arrows. Time your arrows for search one. Pulls out his bow but doesn't fire an arrow.
I'm getting hit by that guy, so he's got to be in a better spot.
You can't shoot a second arrow until the first arrow hit the shot until one. After you've killed 5, the 6th one will turn red. How to kill these into the music. You start shooting that, and you'll get it down. The reason we want to shoot 5 arrows to the right here in the beginning...
He's right there.
...is we get 2 arrows into that remaining knight. Then when he comes around in his circle, we kill him almost...
Okay, I get it. Almost. Tough. Oh my god, I can't do this. It's like closer, but not quite the idea. I try shooting, it doesn't come out. What? Damn. Oh, come on, that's not hitting him? It's like I'm hitting the button 5 times, but getting 6 times. This is hard. I can't get to. I take too long. Dude, why can't I do this? What am I doing wrong? It happens so fast.
Shoot 5 arrows to the right, come over
Goes
here,
up.
and just keep firing down into the music again. And then as we get first time your arrows, how to kill these knights, involves listening to an audio cue for timing and then shooting arrows in a certain pattern. So let me show you the audio cue. Listen as the boss music starts, you hear the da-na-na-na-na, da-na. Then the music starts. When that music starts is your cue to start firing arrows. So listen to the music again. And then right now is when you would start firing those arrows. So now let me show you the position where you want to fire arrows, and then we'll do this fight. Come to up here. This knight can't hurt you before the fight starts, so line up with him. As that timing starts, shoot 5 arrows to the right, come over here.
Okay, so he's a little over to the left.
And you'll get the arrows because you know you can't shoot another dart. Shoot 5 arrows to the right. Come over here. Come to up here. This knight can't hurt you before the fight starts, so line.
Right there. That's what we want. I missed that guy for some reason. It's not too bad. I wasn't over enough. Almost though. Oh. Why that one always misses? Alright, that's not really a big deal. Alright, so that's palace 1. There's 3 palaces. And then you have to do... Then you have to get the Master Sword. Pretty sure. Alright, so... I guess we're gonna do bank 1, bank 2. 1. This is gonna be bank 2. Ship F1. Alright, we're gonna do the whole thing up to that point. So we don't get ahead of ourselves. Alright, that didn't work. He escaped. Oh, he almost got me. It's a little bit more than four blocks. Ouch. Oh. Left, and then this one's left up. Ah, I meant to hold right there. Hit the heart. Alright, Palace 1. Wow, that sucks. Curious, is there any hearts? This is a lot of cash. Cool. Oh crap. Screw that up. Oh man, I think I did something out of order. Or no. I didn't. Yeah, screwed it up. No, I guess not. Don't have the... It technically is out of order, but not for the run. Just can't mess it up. They never have too many arrows, but it's whatever. Oh. Come on, man. Now I can't do it? Alright, so... So it's a time thing. Yeah, it's a time thing, that's why. If I leave and go back in... What? It didn't activate it? The question is... What do I do if I'm low on hearts here? Now I don't have to... Oh, I can get these again. Oh no, because this is... Ow. Oh, that's so annoying. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to practice that a decent amount, I guess. Switch it there. Okay. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so annoying. I've got to remember to charge up here. What? Are you kidding me? How does that miss though? Too early, I guess. Alright, see if I can do this. Alright, well I got a lot of work to do on that, but it's not too bad. Alright, so this is the exit. I'm gonna go swap some laundry over, we'll come back and we're gonna learn how to get to the next dungeon, which I believe is in the desert. We gotta go kind of far down for that one. We'll have to see. Be right back. Whew, cold down here. Alright.
Line up with him. As that timing starts, shoot 5 arrows to the right, come over here, and just keep... So that's the best. The next dungeon we'll be going to is Desert Palace. But before
Drop
we do that,
down
we have
left.
to stop and talk to Old Man Shashrushlusta and get the Pegasus Boots. Pegasus Boots will give us the ability to dash, and once we can do that, we'll be using that method to get around the overworld and a lot of dungeons for most of the time. A lot of getting better at Link to the Past involves getting better at starting and stopping dashes as accurately as you possibly can. So get into the habit as much as you can from this moment of the game, once you get the Pegasus Boots, of when you go practically anywhere, you're going to want to be dashing. It's generally faster rather than going diagonally somewhere. to dash to the right and then dash down, or you move in cardinal directions like that. If you run into something, you'll bonk back like that. We'll use that intentionally sometimes, but you almost always want to avoid it. There's also a very important movement trick that we'll use a few times, including in this room for the first time, involving dashing, which is if you start a dash and then turn while you're charging it up, you will end up dashing in the direction that you turn to. So we could start a dash, let's say, down here, facing down, and then turn to the right and end up dashing right. It looks like this. So you can see we start the dash facing down, but then turn right before it executes, and we're able to dash right instead. The reason this is sometimes important is as we come back here, pick up this pot and throw it here, it's really hard to dash up into this, because as you turn up, you have a tendency to want to grab onto the wall, which makes it hard to dash. So if you do it instead as you're coming left, hold A, turn up, and it's easier to bonk through that way. I never knew, by the way, that you could bonk those open.
I did not know that
until I
either.
started speedrunning. I always thought you had to use bombs.
Yeah.
So come here into the back room, pick up 100 rupees
The more you know.
and 3 bombs. Those will all come in handy in a bit.
Okay, so we're gonna go to get it. Drop here. Don't forget the boots. Okay.
And again, from this point on, we're going to want to be dashing almost everywhere we go. Anytime we have more than about 4 tiles or so to travel, it's going to be faster to dash. Watch runs, practice, you'll get paths down. A lot of overworld movement is just watching where to go and how to get across things quickly. Be careful of these guards here. They could be pretty dangerous. Just try to dash around and you'll be fine. Make sure you leave this screen up high so that as you dash through here, that bottom guard won't get you. Come down through here, just slightly above that path. That way you cut through those bushes and keep coming this way. One of those few times that you do want to move diagonally. I like to line myself up with this bush here.
Oh, we're
start
getting the book. Okay. I should probably. Sword. Grab the key. Boomerang. Get boss key. Stone passage. I think the first, just going over the splits. I think the first split should be Exit Palace. I don't think we need a ton of splits for this game. It's gonna be too much. Exit Palace. Or maybe we'll have first split be save. I could probably just do it now. Wow, it's I'm not gonna be able to see it, but board will say talk to princess. Exit. Exit Palace. This will be say princess. So with this palette, the beginning palette's probably good. Get arrow. Get bow. Get pendant. Palace 1. Get boots. And get book.
Dash, because I know when I do that, I could get safely right through. Come up through here. Doesn't really matter the exact path you follow. Ultimately, you just want to come into this building. Dash into that bookshelf to knock off the book. Pick off the book. And we continue on. Book is necessary for us to get into Desert Palace. A little bit of a deviation here. If it's your first run, I recommend going to pick up the bottles right now. You don't have to do it. There's a way you could get it later, and I'll show that as well. But this is the first good opportunity for you to come up and get the bottles. So let's go ahead and do that. First, you want to dash into
Maybe I should, yeah. Get bottle 1.
the back of this bar building here. Pick up this pot, open
Back of bar.
the chest, and there's your first bottle. Then directly above this building is the sick, dying boy who gives you the net.
I'm sure most people aren't going to be doing this, but I'm going to add it nonetheless.
Nets will allow us to catch fairies, and then we'll put the fairies in the bottle, and then if we ever die, the fairies will revive us. We could go back the way we came at this point, but if you'd like a second bottle, here's your opportunity to get it. I should be dashing.
Sure, why not? Get bottle 2 merchant. Gonna be overkill, but I'm sure at some point I'm probably
You should get it
gonna
from
be
this
happy
vendor
I got
here.
it, or I'll just skip it.
This will cost the 100 rupees that we picked up, but we do get a second bottle, making it a lot safer. Now we just leave. And we continue on. If you had decided to skip the bottles, you would be right here, and you would just be exiting the screen. Now that we've got the book and 1 or 2 bottles, we can open up the path to Desert Palace. But if you did pick up a bottle or 2 at this point and you want to also get a fairy, one of the easiest places to get them is at this fairy fountain just north of Link's house. Dash through these rocks to break them open. We don't really care if we take damage at this point because we could get full healing here, of course. Catch 1 fairy. We'll catch a 2nd fairy. We'll get full health.
Bang. Catch 2 fairies. Fresh health.
Then we'll continue. If you use your fairies at any point, this is one of the greatest places to get them because it's pretty easy to get to. I'll also show you various locations throughout the rest of the game where you can get another fairy if you use it. The bottles at this point aren't strictly important. A lot of runners will get them after Palace of Darkness, but for a new runner, having the bottles in Palace of Darkness, and to a lesser extent in Desert Palace and Hera, will help you out substantially. As you're making this dash, try to stop about here. I like to use this patch of grass right there as a lineup. If you stop right here when you dash through this screen, it'll allow you to safely dash across the entire desert. Then you want to stop about right here so that you could safely dash upward and get to the platform right before Desert Palace. Use your book here. Make sure you're using an input when that black screen is there, but then immediately stop using inputs or you might accidentally read the platform, which costs a little bit of time. Head around and up into Desert Palace.
Okay. Enter Desert Palace. Path to Palace 2. Okay.
Start by dashing left here and then dashing up.
All right, so let's get here. All right. We'll go down. Oh my goodness. No. getting it. Start over. Alright, so book. Here. Bottle one. Oh, it's right here. Wait, hold on. I'm going the wrong way, I'm pretty sure.
Now we just leave.
We leave, we go
Continue on.
down. Okay. I
If you
did.
had decided to skip the bottles, you would be right here, and you would just be exiting the screen. Now that we've got the book and 1 or 2 bottles, we can open up the path to Desert Palace. But if you did pick up a bottle or 2 at this point and you want to also
I want
get
to
a
go up
ferry,
in there.
one of the easiest places to get them is at this ferry fountain just north of Link's house.
Oh, it's right here. Okay.
Dash through these rocks.
What? Scooby-Doo.
Rocks to break them open. We don't really care if we take damage at this point, because we could get full healing here, of course. Catch one fairy. We'll catch a second fairy. We'll get full health. Then we'll continue. If you use your fairies at any point, this is one of the greatest places to get them, because it's pretty easy to get to.
To the right.
I'll also show you various locations throughout the rest of the game where you could get another fairy if you use it. The bottles at this point aren't strictly important. A lot of runners will get them after Palace of Darkness. But for a new runner, having the bottles in Palace of Darkness, and to a lesser extent in Desert Palace and Hera, will help you out substantially. As you're making this dash, try to stop about here. I like to use this patch of grass right there as a lineup. If you stop right here when you dash through this screen, it'll allow you to safely dash across the entire desert. Then you want to stop about right here so that you could safely dash upward and get to the platform.
Oh my goodness. Shit, man, that was catching up to me. Oh, we go to the bottom part. Then here. Peace. Right, you gotta like use the weapon or whatever. Okay, time to learn this dungeon.
Form right before Desert Palace. Use your book here. Make sure you're using an input when that black screen is there, but then immediately stop using inputs or you might accidentally read the platform, which costs a little bit of time. Head around and up into Desert Palace.
Okay. Oh, we
Start
just
by
goes.
dashing left here and then dashing up, grab
Yeah.
this pot, and kill that monster with it.
Okay.
Hold your sword as you're making through that transition, and you could just spin your way right through that guy.
In that room,
Come into
grab
this room.
key.
Now that key up on the pillar, you've got a couple of ways you could knock it down. I just got to keep moving, because if this eye looks at me, he will shoot a laser. A couple of different ways you could knock it down. You could bonk directly into it. Just dash into it like that, and it'll knock the key down. Or if you're trying to do it fast, you could use a little trick where you just barely scrape along the top. So you want to find a lineup where you don't quite run into the torch, but your dash still intersects it, such as about right there. Then when you crash into the wall, it'll still knock the key off, just slightly faster. If you're not getting the hang of it, don't worry about it. You can just bash into the torch, knock the key off, and that's fine as well. Keep going this way.
Pretty sure we go all the way to the right, down. We're just gonna watch this for a
Desert
minute.
Palace can be a little bit twisty and curvy sometimes, because we cross back through the same way multiple times. Kill all the landmo in this room, and continue up through. There are going to be cannonballs firing here. Just be on the lookout for them and be ready to avoid them. Sometimes you won't have to, sometimes you will, so just read.
Okay. Alright, so Desert Palace, enter. Key, 1, top left. Big key, right side.
Where the cannonballs are, and react accordingly. With the big key now, we could continue on and open the chest. As you dash up through here, pick up this pot and grab those 5 arrows. You don't strictly need them, but keeping track of your bombs and arrows in your inventory throughout the game will become something that's really important for the run. These arrows you'll also want here, so pick up those pots as well as the pot hiding the button to get those arrows.
Oh yeah, so 24. This is the power glove, whatever. Yeah, power glove. Power glove. We're gonna write down we should have hopefully around 24 arrows.
We'll get our power glove. As you come through here, you have to hit that button again and just dash through the door. As you're coming through this transition, hug the right wall. It means that if your dash is a little bit slow, you won't hit that quicksand. As long as you're to the far right, you'll be okay. That's now the first half of Desert Palace. Be careful not to jump off here. You want to be...
Is it the other one? Okay, so we can get that one, and get out. Alright, so bank 2 F. I gotta write these down as well.
Cautious of that, because if you jump off, you got to redo that dungeon again. Dash over here and into the second part of Desert Palace. Push this block. You could push it in any direction. As long as you do it quickly, that I-beam will never see you. Grab this key, and now we're going to use a trick called key dashing. Key dashing involves being a specific distance away from a door and initiating a dash and being able to dash directly through it. If we don't start the dash on the right spot, we'll instead bonk off of it. Ordinarily, you won't have to be avoiding these tiles, so don't worry about it. I'm just doing it while I'm giving this explanation. So I'll show you how to do a key dash in this room. As you come in and pick up this key from this pot, make sure you stay stuck along this bottom wall here. I'm just going to wait for the tiles to get out of here. Just one more after this one. There we go. Stay along this bottom wall here, and as you get to about in front of the door, do what we were talking about in Shashashashashala's house, and initiate a dash facing right, and then turn up, just like this. And that'll allow us to dash right through the door. There are a few different lineups that you have to learn just for where you key dash. I'll show you them. Don't feel like you need to learn all of them. It's something helpful as you start improving. Kill the popos, head through this door. We've got another key dash. If these popos get in your way, just slash them, pick up that pot, pick up that key. To do this key dash, initiate a dash, kind of like we did to get that previous key, where you just scrape along this torch. If you scrape along that torch, just like that, you'll make it through every time.
Oh, nice.
Dash to the top here, grab this key from the upper right pot, head through the door. If you're missing any hearts, you've got 2 hearts in pots here. If you're missing any arrows, you've got arrows in this pot as well. I always like making sure I have more arrows than fewer, because you want to make sure you manage your resources as well as possible. Switch to the lamp. This Cyclops will awaken. You don't have to kill him, just avoid him as you light all these torches. Oops. There we are.
I don't even remember what the boss looks like on this stage.
And as soon as that path is open, head through this door. I like to switch to the bow and arrow before I go through the door, because it allows me to do a similar audio cue that I did for Armos, and I'll show you what that is.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That works. Oh no. That's not cool though. How much health did I lose? I lost a pretty decent amount. Wait, I thought I had... Oh, the fairy would have... I'm just curious, are there any hearts? There's one there. Okay. What? Didn't aim properly. What? Wait, did he do one there too? Like he did. Alright, how do I... Yeah, I screwed up. I gotta go back one. Let's go. Okay, let's see how we do this.
As you enter the room, initiate a dash bonk on the far wall. That will line you up with the land mode correctly. And then you just shoot arrows into them as they spawn. I'll show you the audio cue, and then I'll show you what the fight looks like. So you hear the ba-da-da-da-da-da-da again. And again, at that same point that you would start firing at Armos, you start firing at the Landmo as well. To the left, to the right, and then down. Show you one more time. And then right at the start of the music is when you start firing your arrows. If you do it fast enough, you'll be able to get a few hits into them. This entire fight is mostly RNG from this point. Where they spawn after those initial spawns is random. So just do your best to chase them around, hit them with arrows, and swipe them if you need to. I usually find it a little bit easier to hit them with arrows by standing to the right or left of them, as opposed to the top or bottom, and then standing fairly close. It's just a matter of watching to see what this animation looks like and learning the timing for when they pop out. Each Landmo will take a total of 8 damage. You deal 1 damage with sword swipes, and you deal 2 damage with arrows. You also deal 2 damage with bombs, but I don't find the bomb method a very good method to learn as a beginner, simply because arrows is faster, so may as well just learn the faster way from the get-go. I also don't find bombs any easier than arrows. So that all having been said, this is about what the fight should look like. Immediately dash in and bonk to get our lineup. We shoot left, we shoot right, we shoot down. Look to see where they're going to pop out, get our lineups, shoot them. Now we're only down to 1, and when we're down to 1, its Earth shoots out in 8 different directions. So make sure you avoid the one that's coming toward you.
Okay. Oh, he's right, it doesn't really work. Alright, try again. What? Why is it missing? Too early? Yeah, it's a tough fight. I thought I had the boss battle saved. Alright, I guess we'll just do it again. Why not? Go. Oh man. I know I got fairies, but I feel like the arrows aren't hitting, man. Dude, I don't like the arrow method, man. I don't seem to ever hit him. Obviously, it's probably less. That's tough. Okay. We are learning.
And that's the Landmo fight. Again, it is one of the more random fights, boss fights in the game. Just a lot of practice is all you do to get faster at this fight.
Okay.
Pick up this rock, dash over to the right, line up with this right wall here. It'll make the dash down a little bit easier. Just dash down from this point. What we're looking for is this spot right here. This kind of, you notice, looks like an octopus a little bit. And as you're dashing down, you want to stop at the top of the beak of the octopus, because now when you run right, you'll have a nice clear shot out of the desert. Keep following this path. Again, you want to be dashing as many places as you can go. Dash up here. Lift this rock out of the way and keep going. Still dashing as often as we can. Now, in this screen, you could dash really wherever you just want to go left, but if you go slightly below the grass here, you could stay below it without having to cut through. When you run through the grassy areas, it does slow you down a little bit. So if it's possible to avoid, it's better to avoid it, but it largely doesn't matter. We're talking fractions of a second that it saves, but it's not that big of an adjustment to try to avoid it. Again, just keep following this path. If you line up with this tree root here as you're switching screens, it means when you get here, you could dash up safely without hitting any of those trees. Come over here, lift up this rock, and head into the cave.
Oh, yeah.
Here you'll meet an old man that's lost
This
in
is
the
a
cave.
tough
He's lost
one.
his lamp. While we've got this old man following us, if we dash at a much slower speed. You can see how we pretty much go walking speed if he's following behind us while we dash. So at this point, when he's following us, we don't need to dash anymore. Just walk normally. He'll have one last dialogue box here. Get through it quickly. And as you're coming down here, hug this left wall. If you do that, those bats will never hit you. And through the door. If you slash your sword here as you walk down, it just gives you a little bit better protection against those stone gophers that like to wander around. You cannot kill them, so you just kind of want to paralyze them and hope that they don't get in your way. After we get that magic mirror, a lot of dungeons will be going into the dungeon, doing something, mirroring out, and then going a different way. And Hera is no exception. As we go through Tower of Hera, we're going to be mirroring a number of times. So this is the point that newer runners start to get a little bit confused with the dungeon routes. But just keep an eye on what's going on. Divide the dungeon into different segments if that makes it easier for you. For instance, Hera will have about 3 different segments of varying length. Switch to the mirror. You want to be careful that that jelly doesn't touch you, because if he does, he'll start a dialogue box. But you want to be up here on the top here as you mirror. That way you avoid accidentally getting that heart piece, which we don't want. It costs us some time. And then we enter into Hera. First step of Hera, just slash this switch. Walk down the stairs here. Now you're going to want to do this quick, because that Moldorm down there can be a problem. So slash the switch, pick up the key, mirror out. Now here's a neat trick you could do here. After you slash this switch and switch over to your boomerang, if you throw the boomerang to the right and then initiate a dash upward as quickly as you can, this will happen. And you can get through much quicker. If you can't get the timing on that, don't worry about it. Just flip that switch back any way you can. This is the famous tile room of Hera. We cannot go through that door until all these tiles are destroyed. So just take your time in here. Try not to get hit. I like to hold my sword upward. That way if any hit me, all it does is hit my sword, and I just have to recharge it. You could also use your boomerang here to break some tiles. If you're moving sideways, you throw the boomerang sideways. However you'd like to do it. The important point is just don't get hit. On the very last one here, I like to hit it with the boomerang, because that gets me through the door a little bit faster. Just do your best not to get hit by the Moldorms in this room. They move randomly, so you just have to try your best. In this room, switch over to your lamp. Light all 4 of these torches. Switch back to the magic mirror. Get the key, and we'll mirror out again. That spot right there is also useful if you've taken a lot of damage. You could do what's called a death warp. Just let the skeletons kill you. It'll take you back to this start here, and you'll fill up your life a little bit. So if your life is really low, which it has a tendency to be after Death Mountain and the randomness that is Hera, you could feel free to do that. All right, after that step, slash this switch, and head up here.
Slash and slash.
This room has a few different tricks to it. The most important thing to do is just kill all of the beetles. They will die from one pot they will die if you slash them down any of these pits, and they will die if you slash them 3 times. So the 3 slash is the hardest. If you want to learn a really cool trick to do it, you could do it this way. As you come up here, you make a quick movement to knock that beetle down the hole and flip the switch in the same slash and lift up the pots and kill the other 2 that way. Don't worry about mastering that. It's a cool looking trick, so it might be something you want to pick up, but don't worry about it too much. Hug this bottom wall here, and you could walk safely along this pit without falling in. You could also dash. I like to slash this. It's the safety switch. It'll get us some hearts right before the Moldorm fight if you need any. This room here is a lot of randomness. Just try to avoid these 2 mini Moldorms best you can. If you need a heart, that pot has one. This trick here is called the Moon Pearl Bomb Jump. It's one of the first tricks that most runners will learn. If you're playing on an emulator, it's a good idea to make a save state here, because you're probably going to have to try this a number of times. Slash your sword. This makes Link move slower as you've got it charged, so it's easier to control your movement. Back up until you're close to the pit. You don't have to be right on top of it or anything. As long as you're in between these 2 lines, in this area right here, this trick will work.
Or the shield is lined up.
All involving timing. So I'll show you the timing that I use. I drop the bomb, I count to 3, and then I make a dash to the left. And as long as you time it well, it'll work every time. So we drop a bomb, 1, 2, 3, start the dash, and we get blown across. Practice it, you'll get the hang of it.
Oh my goodness.
Find the Moon Pearl here, and then just walk down. If you're struggling a lot with that trick, you could also do it the normal way that casual runners will do. It involves walking up these stairs and falling down the proper pit. It's fine if you want to do it that way, but you will be doing a number of bomb jumps throughout the entire run, so it's a good idea to get a hang of it now when the stakes are a little bit lower. Since we flipped that safety switch, all of these pots here contain hearts. It's a great way to fill yourself up if you're needing some health. Pick up as many as you need, and then dash through this door up here. This is the Moldorm fight, and for casual runners, it's really hard, because not only does Moldorm hit you, which is kind of scary, but he can knock you off this pit, forcing you to come back up here again, resetting Moldorm's health completely. Obviously, we don't want that to happen, so we're going to do our best not to get knocked down. And the easiest way to do that is as soon as you go in, keep your sword out in front of you at all times. So we hold our sword out, and the reason we want to do that is when Moldorm knocks into us, instead of falling off and taking damage, we just tink backwards a little bit. And as long as you're holding in the opposite direction of the pit, for instance, if he knocks into us over here, as long as we're holding left, we won't fall down that pit. He got me from above, that's why he was able to do damage. But keep your sword out, practice a little bit. See, we ordinarily would have walked off there. And we just kind of walk into the weakness that is his tail. If you're feeling a little bit more aggressive, you could also use some dashes, but you want to be really good at starting and stopping your dashes before you start going that route. So let's go ahead and kill him. On the very last hit, which will be the 6th hit, he starts moving around a little bit faster. Be a little bit more careful, but ultimately, you just want to kill him. The key to this fight, keep your sword out, hold in the direction against the pit you're going to fall in, and do your best not to fall off. He will take practice. You will get it. He's frustrating, though. Moldorm's frustrating.
That's a pretty short dungeon.
We've now got all the pendants. Let's go get the Master Sword. Fortunately, going down Death Mountain is substantially easier than coming up it. Just dash over here. Jump off this ledge, shatter every bone in Link's legs, and continue on. This dark cavern has a lot of pits. They're a little bit hard to avoid. You'll get it with practice and a little bit of muscle memory. For now, just go through at your own pace and try not to fall in any of the pits. This room can be a bit of a troll room, because the tendency is to want to dash, And if you do that and don't stop in time, you'll bonk on that wall, you'll fall down the pit, you'll come back here. Terrible thing to have happen in a speedrun. So we use something called pause buffering, which is hitting the pause button to open the item menu. Gives us a little bit more time to evaluate our position on the screen and make a decision. Looks a little bit like this. You start a dash, and as you feel like you're getting close, you hit the pause button, switch over to the boomerang because that's the next item that we'll be using. Then we have enough time to stop that dash, make it through the door.
Wow. Okay.
We're going to head now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. The Lost Woods, very appropriately, is a place that's very easy to get lost in, particularly if you're a casual runner. I like to enter the Lost Woods on the screen transition from up here. Reason being that when you initiate your dash, that pickle monster will be less likely to electrocute you. Look out for that crow. He tends to be a troll sometimes. You can pick up this mushroom either now or on the way back. I like to pick it up on the way back, just because it does respawn, so you could potentially pick it up twice. It's a little bit safer if you get it on the way back, but whatever works for you. Dash up here, be careful not to bonk there. It's easy to do. And get the Master Sword. If you are doing just a Master Sword run, your timer stops the moment you hit A to pick up the Master Sword. So if that's all you're doing, congratulations, you've made it to the Master Sword. You've completed your Master Sword run. But if you're planning to do the full...
That's all we need. Um... Okay, so now I got splits here. Big key right side, power glove, 24 arrows.
Get in your way, you avoid the one that's coming toward you. Instead, bonk off of it. Ordinarily, you won't have to be avoided to get that again. And again, at that same, a lot of practice is all.
Pendant. Big key, right side. Power glove. Oh, yeah, power glove. Then we exit. Enter. Palace. I can enter second area. Below. Enter second area. We want to win. I'm just trying to
Line up. You shoot left. And being able to dash directly through
the
it.
doors.
It's great. Shoot arrows into them.
like 3 worm boss. Enter second area. This is get pendant 2. Okay. Palace 2. And after that, we leave and we head to Tower Peck. Hera. All right. Oh. Okay, so this should be a save. I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, I'll die right there. Old guy. I feel like that's a good split. Yeah, get old guy. And find old dude. I died. Alright, so then old man house. Old man home.
Let's go walking. Just walk normally. He'll have one last dialogue box here. Get through it quickly. And as you're coming down here, hug this left wall. If you do that, those bats will never...
Oh, hug the left wall. I didn't know that.
And through the door. If you slash your sword here as you walk down, it just gives you a little bit better protection.
I probably should have done that.
Stone gophers that like to wander around. You cannot kill them, so you just kind of want to paralyze them and hope they don't get in your way. after we get that magic mirror, a lot of dungeons will be going into the dungeon, doing something, mirroring out, and then going a different way. And Hera is no exception. As we go through Tower of Hera,
So we're
gonna be
skipping all
mirroring
that
a number of
going
times.
up.
So this is the point that newer runners...
Okay. We don't want to do this. Huh? I'm into that. I think he ignores that. Hold on.
start to get a little bit confused with the dungeon routes. But just part piece, which we don't want, it costs us some time. And then we enter into Hera. First step of Hera, just slash this switch, walk down the stairs.
Oh, so we're gonna go down first. Okay.
Here. Now you're going to want to do this quick because that Moldorm down there can be a problem. So slash the switch, pick up the key, mirror out. Here's a neat trick you could do here. After you slash this switch and switch over to your boomerang, if you throw the boomerang to the right and then initiate a dash upward as quickly as you can, this will happen. And you can get through much quicker. If you can't get the timing on that, don't worry about it. Just...
All the ideas. I don't know if that trick's worth getting right now.
Just flip that switch back any way you can. Start to get this room, switch over to your lamp. Ways. First step of Hera, just slash this switch. Walk down the stairs here. Now you're going to want to do this quick because that Moldorm down there can be a problem. So slash the switch, pick up the key, mirror out. Here's a neat trick you could do here. After you part piece, which we don't want, it costs us this quick because through that door quicker. If you part piece, which we don't want, it costs. Here's a neat trick you could do here. After you slash this switch and switch over to your boomerang, you throw the boomerang to the right and then initiate a dash upward as quickly as you can. This will happen. And you can get through much quicker.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god! It's so hard. Jeez. Old man. Enter palace. Get boss. Oh no, then we exit. I forgot. Or die there, right? Okay.
You can't get the timing on that, don't worry about it. Just flip that switch back any way you can. This is the famous tile room of Hera. We cannot go through that door until all these tiles are destroyed. So just take your time.
Oh, the boomerang, I
Try not
forgot.
to get hit. I like to hold my sword upward. That way if any hit me, all it does is hit my sword, and I just have to recharge it. You could also use your boomerang here to break some tiles. If you're moving sideways, you can throw the boomerang sideways.
The boomerang is
However you'd
actually
like to
pretty
do it.
helpful.
The important point is just don't get hit. On the very last one here, I like to hit it with the boomerang, because that gets me through the door a little bit faster.
Alright.
Just do your best not to get hit by the Moldorms in this room. They move randomly, so you just have to try your best. In this room, switch over to your lamp. Light all 4 of these torches. Switch back to the magic mirror.
Grab the key, magic mirror, get the hell
And
out.
we'll mirror out again. That spot right there is also useful if you've taken a lot of damage. You could do what's called a death warp. Just let the skeletons kill you. It'll take you back to this start here, and you'll fill up your life a little bit. So if your life is really low, which it has a tendency to be after Death Mountain and the randomness that is Hera, you could feel
Okay,
free
so
to do
the
that.
last section.
All right, after that step, slash this switch,
Okay,
and
now we're
head up.
going into the right. Okay.
This room has a few different tricks to it. The most important thing...
Okay. Okay. We got the key. Let's take a death. And we get 4 hearts to start. That's good. We're gonna make a save state here. No, I hit the wrong button. Hit load to the save. Okay. We're almost done with the path here. So we want to do this and then 9. No. What? Oh, you do have to kill. No. Do that. Well, let me do that. Safety hearts. Oh, compass, we don't need that. Alright, so this is going to be this guy out of here. Bomb trick. Shift 10. Let's see, bomb trick.
Thing to do is just kill all of the beetles. They will die from one pot. They will die if you slash them down any of these pits, and they will die if you slash them 3 times. So the 3 slash is the hardest. If you want to learn a really cool trick to do it, you could do it this way. As you come up here, you make a quick movement to knock that beetle down the hole and flip the switch in the same slash and lift up the pots and kill the other 2 that way. Don't worry about mastering that. It's a cool looking trick, so it might be something you want to pick up, but don't worry about it too much. Hug this bottom wall here, and you could walk safely along this pit without falling in. You could also dash. I like to slash this. It's the safety switch. It'll get us some hearts right before the Moldorm fight if you need any. This room here is a lot of randomness. Just try to avoid these 2 mini Moldorms best you can. If you need a heart, that pot has one.
Okay.
This trick here is called the Moon Pearl Bomb Jump. It's one of the first tricks that most runners will learn. If you're playing on an emulator, it's a good idea to make a save state here, because you're probably going to have to try this a number of times. Slash your sword. This makes Link move slower as you've got it charged, so it's easier to control your movement. Back up until you're close to the pit. You don't have to be right on top of it or anything. As long as you're in between these 2 lines, in
What if my ears are right lined up with the thing?
In this area right here, this trick will work. This is a trick all involving timing. So I'll show you the timing that I use. I drop the bomb, I count to 3, and then I make a dash to the left. And as long as you time it well, it'll work every time. So you drop a bomb,
2,
1,
3.
2, 3, start the dash, and you get blown across.
Three. Oh. Ah. 1, 2, 3. I'm a little higher up. Come on, man. I'm hitting the wrong button. Okay. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's not too bad. Um, no! Instantly fell, man. No, that's so hard. No! No. No! Come on. Five. Oh, come on! Is that supposed to... Still? Yeah. Do-doon, do-doon, doon. Interesting. Boss key. Get. 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 Pendant 3. Get. Master System. Alright, now we got all the splits. Except for some reason. Why does Enter Palace 3 look like? Oh, because old man. Enter Palace 3. Because this should be. This should be past the Palace 3. Path 2, 3. Enter Palace. There we go. I don't think I have enough time to do this run, but we have everything mapped out. Doesn't seem like a really long run. I'm looking to see what other people's times have been. 22 minutes is the best. Okay, so this is pretty long. Everybody's got in the mid-20s, the low 20s. A couple of people with a little extra time in there. World record 23. It's crazy how many people have better than world record time on these sheets. I mean, it's just the first section, obviously, but like almost everybody has pace for world record. Probably because they might be missing some strats for later in the game, skipping some things. It's gonna happen. All right, well. Tomorrow night we should be able to get a run of this. I could try, it just would take too long. I gotta go to bed. I gotta set up for Easter tomorrow, cook some dinner. Ham. And other stuff. I'm not sure what I'm making actually. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Time for bed. For anybody who's lurking or watches after the fact, make sure you're not subscribed on the YouTube channel. Get me up there. I got 680. It was 681, so somebody must have accidentally clicked. Oh yeah, that is that. Have a great night, and see you next time. I know this is not a very fun video to watch necessarily, but now I'm just going to be playing the game tomorrow, so learning has been mostly achieved. Have a great night.